Hey there, welcome to Two for Tuesday. I'm Mo McClanahan and I am the Director of Education and Training with Safe Surfing Foundation. I am also an investigator with the Christiansburg Police Department where I work internet crimes against children. And we came up with the idea of Two for Tuesday after COVID started and our kids were being sent home from school and learning remotely and really just being online more often. And we just wanted to find a way to share tips and spread awareness to parents that just were feeling super overwhelmed having their kids online and just having way more screen time. And so we decided to come up with this show, and I come at you every Tuesday night live, and I share some tips and some of the topics that are in the media today, and really some of the trends that I'm seeing when it comes to our children and what they're doing online beyond what they're supposed to be doing, which is schoolwork. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a new case that was brought to light to me today, and that is the Carly Ryan story and the tragedy around her murder, and really how it began, and really for you as the parent, signs to be looking for. This case took place back in 2007 in Australia. And honestly, if you think back, this is, online predators were just starting to infiltrate the online world and really starting to realize that they can find kids on there. And so going through chat rooms, which, if you think about it, back then we had Yahoo chat rooms, we had AOL chat rooms. And honestly, I think back then we just didn't really see the dangers because we weren't hearing about a lot of the cases that were really taking place. So I learned a little bit about Carly's story, and I just found it very intriguing, and I'm really excited. I actually signed up for a live presentation that her mom will be presenting to law enforcement. And so I definitely like to learn a little bit about the background. And when I heard it today, I definitely felt pulled to share it with you guys. And again, this took place 2007, where she was 15 years old, starting to rebel from her mom. And so they were a little bit on the edge of, just on the outside of the relationship, just struggling a little bit here and there. And so she went to an online space where she got into a genre of chat room and met other people that were interested in the things that she was interested in. And it was a golf themed type chat room. And in there, she met a boy who she believed to be 16 years old, and they developed a relationship. And it went on for over a year. And eventually, through this relationship, they discussed how him and his family were actually moving to the city that she lived in. And as the time went on, they talked about how, they were just meant to be together, that they were soulmates, and they just truly cared about each other. Eventually, his dad came to town, and he was looking for real estate, and they thought it would be neat for her mom to meet his dad. And so she did. She met him out in public, and he just seemed like a normal dad. And it just happened to be Carly's birthday that same weekend. And so she knew he was just new in town and wanted to get to know him. So she invited him over to the birthday party. But during that party, he started to show signs that were inappropriate. His behavior towards Carly, just how he was. Mom just really, she explained it, just got that intuition that something was not right. And she immediately kicked him out of the house, and Carly became very upset. Like, yes, he was inappropriate to Carly, and she felt like it was a little weird, but at the same time, she was really worried about her relationship with his son, and that she wanted to make sure that everybody made amends and that they sat down and talked to each other. And so she was adamant that her mom just still allowed the relationship. And mom said, we'll give it some time, and didn't necessarily tell her to end the relationship because it was the dad that was just kind of off. And so Carly continued the relationship, and then the boy from the chat room, he said that he was going to be in town, that he was coming to town and wanted to meet her at the beach. And as soon as she got there, it was the dad that met her there. And there he raped her and brutally beat her and then drowned her in the sea. And so then they found her body. And really the lesson from this is that, one, mom didn't really understand that the relationship had been going on for so long and how the grooming was taking place, and that maybe she would have seen signs that it didn't seem right that he was a kid but never showing a live face, and that he was actually embedding a video into the Skype as they were typing, and there was just some red flags, later on, looking back through the chat conversations and over the year and a half that they had been talking to each other. And so really what I would like for you guys to do is just take the time and, understand or know what your kids are doing with the apps that are on their phone. So these predators now, think about how they have, really taking over all of the online space, knowing that they have access to all our children at all ages because they're all coming home with Chromebooks. So they all definitely have access to the internet, and they're really sneaky, and they know how to lure children and how to groom them. So as a parent, just be involved. Know what apps are on their phones and ask them who they're talking to. Like, who do they most communicate with? Ask them if they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, because, in the last month or so, we've been working a couple cases with children that they disclose to law enforcement or through an interview that they've had, different relationships with people that they've met online and don't really know who they are. So when I go back to the parents and I ask them, who is so-and-so? Have you ever met this person? And they've never even heard of that name. And to our children, the people that they meet online, whether or not they're strangers or people they know, those relationships are important to them. And they will believe what they want to believe. And it's up to us adults, to see right through the lies, to see the grooming techniques. And really, as I get to know this story a little bit more in depth, and I get to sit in on a presentation with the mother, I'll definitely come back and share more with you. But I highly recommend that you check it out for yourself. There's some news videos that you can still catch that have been coming back to light as mom is fighting for some legislation to be made, some new laws to be made. And I just want to be a voice to help her and to really spread more awareness for you guys and to help more children, to protect the children. So I hope this really resonates with you, that maybe it has you thinking that maybe there's something more that you could be doing with your own child and their devices. And if you know a parent that maybe this could be helpful, please share it and let them know that you care and that you just think that it would be something that they would benefit from listening to. So with that, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST for 2 for Tuesday. Have a great night.